Anatham Paramanandam Kaivalya Padagaminam Namami Shirasa Devam. In this video, we will see the last part of Koti Rudra Samhita. Austerities and Mahashivaratri for Shiva's worship. Once Parvati asked Lord Shiva as to which were the austerities when on being performed by a devotee helps him to attain both worldly accomplishments as well as liberation. Lord Shiva told her about 10 austerities connected with his worship and their methods. He said, on the 8th day of every month, a devotee should worship me by observing a fast for the whole day and breaking it in the night. But on Kalashtami, a devotee must observe the fast for the whole day and night. He must not have food on that day. On the 11th day of the dark lunar month, a devotee must worship me and observe fast during the day. He should break the fast in the night, but on the 11th day of the bright lunar month, a devotee should observe a fast for the whole period of day and night. On the 13th day of dark lunar month, a devotee must observe fast for the whole period of day and night, whereas on the 13th day of a bright lunar phase, he should observe a fast during the day and break it in the night. A fast observed on Monday should be broken only in the night. Lord Shiva continued with his statements. Among all the austerities and fastings, Mahashivaratri holds a supreme place. It falls on the 14th day of the dark lunar month of Falgun. On this day, the devotee should take a vow to observe a fast after awakening in the morning and finishing his daily course. He must observe a fast for the whole day and night. In the night, he should worship me either in the temple or in his own home according to his convenience. He should worship me with the help of 16 modes of worship, that is Shodashopachar. He should either chant the mantras of Lagu Rudra or perform Abhishek during the course of worship. While doing worship, he should eulogize me and perform artis in my praise. He can perform Abhishek with either of the followings: milk, water, sacred water of belonging to a place of pilgrimage, sprinkling water with kusha, sugarcane juice, honey, and ghee, etc. The devotee should engage himself in my devotion for the whole day. In the end, he should feed the Brahmins and make donation to them. A fast observed in this way gives infinite virtues to the devotee. After observing fast for 14 consecutive years on each of the Shivratri days, a devotee should perform Udyapan. On the day preceding the Udyapan ceremony, a devotee must have food for one time. The next day, a devotee should perform Udyapan after making a religious vow and according to the appropriate methods. A devotee who performs Udyapan in the above mentioned way attains the Shivaloka. The greatness of Shivaratri. There used to live a poor Beel named Gurudruha. He was very poor. One day, finding no food available in his house, he went to the forest to hunt an animal. Unfortunately, he did not find any animal which he could hunt. Being hungry, he sat down on the bank of a pond and pondered as to what would happen to his family members who were hungry too. He thought that if he waited there, then he might get a chance to kill a thirsty animal which arrives there to drink water. Gurudruha climbed up a bale tree and waited for his prey. A Shivalinga was established just under the tree, and so coincidentally it was a Shivratri day. When the first 3 hours of the night had passed, he saw a female deer arriving with her young ones. He got ready with his bow and arrow and aimed his arrow towards the female deer. By coincidence, some leaves from that bale tree fell on the Shivalinga along with some drops of water from the vessel in which he was carrying water. Gurudruha had accomplished the worship of Shiva during the first prahar of the night unawaringly. After hearing the noise made by falling drops of water, the female deer looked up. She saw Gurudruha sitting with his bow and arrow. She asked him about his desire. Gurudruha told her that he wanted to kill her so that he could feed his family members. The female deer requested him to allow her to go so that she could leave her young ones in the safe custody of her husband. She promised to come back. At first, Gurudruha was reluctant, but when the female deer started giving illustrations from the scriptures, he allowed her to go. Meanwhile, the sister of female deer arrived there with her young ones. When Gurudruha saw her, he got ready to kill her. Suddenly, his movements on the tree made some leaves of bale and few drops of water to fall on the Shivlinga. It was the second prahar of the night, and Gurudruha had again performed the worship of Shiva unavaringly. When the female deer heard the noise made by falling drop of water, she looked up towards Gurudruha. She asked him about his desire. When Gurudruha told about his desire, she requested him to allow her to go so that she could hand over her young ones in the safe custody of her husband. Initially, Gurudruha was reluctant to allow her to go, but when she promised to return back, he allowed her to go. Gurudruha sat on the branches of the bale tree waiting for his prey. The second prayer of the night was coming to an end and the third prayer about to begin. The deer arrived there searching his wife and children. Gurudruha again made himself ready to kill the deer. Again some leaves and few drops of water fell on the Shivlinga. The worship of Shiva during the third prayer had been accomplished by Gurudruha, though unavaringly. On hearing the noise made by the falling drops of water, the deer looked up and asked Gurudruha about his desire. Gurudruha told him about his desire. The deer requested Gurudruha to allow him to meet his wife and children for once. The deer promised to return back. After becoming satisfied by his intentions, Gurudruha allowed him to go to meet his family. Gurudruha sat on the bale tree waiting for the deers anxiously. The third prayer of the night was approaching its end and the fourth prayer was about to begin. Suddenly, Gurudruha saw all the three deers coming towards the pond. He became extremely pleased at the prospect of getting flesh of three animals. He got ready with his bow and arrow. His movements on the bale tree again made some leaves and few drops of water to fall on the Shivlinga. Gurudruha had successfully accomplished the worship of Shiva even during the fourth prayer. Not only this, he had also remained awake for the whole night of Shivaratri. The fast observed by Gurudruha on Shivaratri along with the worship of Shiva, though unavaringly, had made him an enlightened person. The thought of killing the deers remained no longer in his heart. He thanked all the deers for their help in his attainment of enlightenment. Lord Shiva became extremely pleased and appeared before him. He blessed Gurudruha that in his next birth he would get an opportunity to serve Sri Rama and would become famous as Nishad. Lord Shiva also told Gurudruha that by the blessings of Sri Rama, he would attain salvation by the blessings of Sri Rama. Suta, while describing about the virtues of observing fast on Shivaratri, told the sages that if a fast observed unavaringly on Shivaratri gives such virtues, then what could be said about a fast which is observed deliberately? According to Suta, such a fast would bestow both worldly pleasures and salvation. Different stages of liberation. Regarding the different stages of liberation, Suta told the sages that there were 5 stages of liberation capable of freeing a man from the sorrows of this world: Sarupya, Salokya, Sanidhya, Sayujya, and Kaivalya. Only Lord Shiva is capable of bestowing liberation. One can attain Dharma, Artha, and Kama by the worship of other deities, but Lord Shiva bestows all the 4 of them. Lord Brahma is believed to be the master of the 3 elementary qualities, that is Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. Shiva is beyond these qualities and even the nature itself. He is formless. Lord Shiva is a mystery which remains unsolved even though many sages and even Lord Brahma have tried to solve this mystery called Shiva. The 5th stage of liberation is called Kaivalya, which is attained by having complete devotion towards Lord Shiva. In the present era of Kali, where the attainment of self-knowledge is very difficult, devotion is relatively an easier path. Even devotion has been categorized into 2 types, Saguna and Nirguna. If man worships Lord Shiva with total devotion, he attains self-knowledge. Each and every object of this world is nothing but the manifestation of Shiva's power. The creation achieves expansion only when he desires. Shiva is omniscient but himself invisible. Just as the fire, which already exists in the wood but is visible only after it is rubbed, similarly only the Gyanis can experience Lord Shiva even though he is omnipresent. Just as there is no difference between cause and effect, but it appears so due to our ignorance, similarly, an ignorant man can never experience the omnipresent Shiva by his sense organs. The living things possess ego, but Lord Shiva is egoless. A man can successfully subjugate his ego by becoming knowledgeable and attains liberation after uniting with Lord Shiva. This knowledge was received by Lord Vishnu from Shiva. Lord Vishnu later on revealed it to Lord Brahma, and Brahma in turn revealed it to his Manasaputra, Sanak, etc. The Manasaputra revealed this knowledge to Narada, and Narada revealed it to Vyasa. Thus ends the Koti Rudra Samhita. Om Namah Shivaya.